Hi Flosstube, my name is Nora and welcome to Nora's Needle Nonsense. This is a channel that is about crafting and needlework, cross stitch, quilting, some needlepoint and knitting, and then anything else that I may have in my craft bag or on my craft table at the time. This is Flosstube number 1. Welcome. I am so happy that you have clicked and decided to watch me. This first episode, I'm planning on showing you some of my WIPs, and then I have a little bit of haul that I wanted to talk about, and we'll see how it goes from there. I do have a confession to make. I did originally film this Flosstube, what I thought was my first Flosstube, on February 11th, and I had some trouble with the uploading with YouTube. And you know, the days just kind of, they went by again, and I said, no, I'm not gonna do it. And it wasn't even that good anyway. And I said, no, Nora, you just need to upload the video, see how things go, and you know, every video you do, you'll get better. So don't worry about how the first video was, because everybody has there's a first time for everybody and for everything. So I did want to refilm it to come to present day, which is February 20th, 2024. And let's just get started. I should also tell you a little bit about myself. Again, my name is Nora. I live in Orlando, Florida. I am a consultant and I normally travel for work every week. So although today is a Tuesday night, it's highly unlikely that I will be filming on Tuesday nights again, but I happen to be off this week because on Thursday I am going to the Beach Please retreat hosted by Thread the Needle Stitchery, Stacy and her husband, and that will be in Clearwater, Florida. I'm very excited, but I wanted to, I think, get a Flosstube in before I went to the retreat and met a bunch of cross stitchers. I wanted to have at least something down. So let's just get started. I have a bunch of WIPs. They're not in any particular order. Just kind of whatever laid the best on my table. So we'll get started. And I also wanted to say, I don't have pictures for some of these just because they are mystery stitch-alongs, and a lot of them are like on my iPad, and they're kind of released weekly. I will try to link everything in the description box below if you're interested. But yeah, just kind of wanted to say that first. Okay, so the first WIP I have, and of course, I forgot my design board to have something blank. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that. I haven't quite mastered pausing the video, and with the editing, again, I told you that I had tried to film, that was about a week ago, and you know, I don't have a laptop. I'm just trying to do everything on my iPad, and I just could not figure out the inserting of photos and editing things out, so my apologies. I hope that I'll get better. But this is the first one. It is a mystery stitch along. It is the Steady Thread Blackwork 2024 mystery stitch along. It's a free stitch along on Facebook. I will link it below. You have to become a member of the Facebook, and you might have to create an account. Perhaps I might be confusing it with somebody else, but it is a private Facebook group, but they give you files every week, and I am kind of up to date. It started with week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm in between 6 and 7. These are all flower vases, and I decided to use sulky thread, 12 weight, rather than 1 strand of DMC. This is on 14 count, hand dyed by me, Ada. Trying to see, it's a very light pink. It was white, and then I dyed it with the RIT dye. I think it's called Rose Quartz. And this is kind of a big piece, but you can see those dashed lines. That's the outline. So this is a year-long stitch along. I'm really enjoying it. I highly recommend it. It is really easy to just do, you know, 1 vase a week. I tried to start another stitch along, and I'm not going to say which stitch along it was, but it was a lot of stitching for 1/2 weeks, or let me rephrase that. It was a lot of stitching for 1 week because sometimes there were 2 motifs given in 1 week, and it was a lot more than just a vase right here. So I kind of put that down, put that on the back burner. I think I might still be saving the files, but just in case I wanted to go back to it, but I really just want a sampling. I didn't need to do a ton of stitching. It was just kind of fun. So anyway, I'm really enjoying this one. I think they're up to week 8 or 9 at this point. And the only reason why I did not finish week 6 and week 7 is because counting can be hard, and it was easier for me to count, to go from week 5 to count over to do the flowers rather than the vase. And then same with week 7, it was easier for me to count to the vase rather than the flowers up top. So anyway, really enjoying that. Again, I'm using sulky threads, and I'm using the same color for my leaves and stems for each of the vases. For each week, it's the same green color and then the same blue color for the vase. And then I'm changing up the colors for the for each of the weeks. And I'm just going based on what I think looks good. I think the next few colors that I'm going to do, I should have done this. Should have showed this first. Let me get these out. So I think I've got. Okay, so it's kind of hard to see, but this is I think the first color I'm going to do is this salmon-y color, and then the second one would be this purpley indigo color. Probably just heard that I dropped my spool. Hopefully it's all wound up. I have made that mistake more than once, and things have gotten really tangled. And I just have that, and right now it's in a free Tracy Reese for Clinique bag that I got a long time ago, but I love it. Okay, the next one is just a little one, and this is just a little mini sampler. It's on 14 count, like oatmeal Ada. This was actually from my mom's stash, so it's pretty old, but it actually stitches up quite nicely. It's soft, but it's still stiff enough. I do stitch in hand. And this was from, let me get my design board. This was from I think a CrossStitcher magazine. It was either yeah, it's either CrossStitcher or the World of Cross Stitch. This is a Cheryl McKinnon pattern, and I changed it up slightly. It was originally charted to kind of have snow on the ground and on the roof. Right now I don't live in a snowy place, and I kind of wanted this to be, you know, not super seasonal. So I removed the snow and I filled in the rooftop. But I also, this is supposed to be a symmetrical piece, but you can probably see it's not quite symmetrical up at the top. And that is because I miscounted my my green stems. I think this one went up one extra stitch. You can kind of see it's one more stitch, but I didn't want to pull out anything. I'm more of a fudger than a frogger, and so I decided to just make my own little flower. So I made up a little tulip flower, and I think it looks fine. Only God is perfect. Pretty much every stitch that I have has some mistake or counting error, so and I'm okay with it. I don't need it. This is just for me. With cross stitch, it's kind of, what I think is kind of funny is cross stitch is it's not exactly a practical type hobby. I mean, you can make pillows out of things, but it's not like quilting or knitting. You're not really creating anything for a utilitarian type purpose. This is literally going to just go in a little frame, or I don't even know if I'm going to try to make it into a little tray, but this is just for me. And I'm going to put my initials right in the center and the year. And I think that's all I have left to do. There might be another flower or something over here, but it's almost done. I have the majority of it done. I just kind of haven't decided on the colors for my center. But anyway, so that's my view about cross stitch. I like it, I enjoy it, but it's not exactly a practical type hobby, although I don't know how many hobbies actually are. I guess like baking and cooking are hobbies, and you get something out of it and you can enjoy it. But you know, and with quilting you get a quilt out of it. But cross stitch, it's kind of, you spend a lot of money and you just kind of display things. That's my view. And this one, all right, that was my rant. But this is not in any particular project bag. I have it in a little plastic container with my threads, because again, this isn't anything, that's not really anything special. I just kind of wanted to try it. The next one I have is from the Fat Quarter Shop, Stitch Quarterly, for the summer, for summer 2023, and it is You Are My Sunshine. Yeah, You Are My Sunshine, and it's on 14 count Aida. I had my eye on this Stitch Quarterly box bag ever since it came out, and it was on sale about a month ago, and I snagged it, and I was so excited. So I don't have very much started, just some outlining. Hold it up with this. Just some outlines of the house and the door. I like to do my outlines and half cross stitches first, because like I said, I do travel for work, and you know, I don't have my halo magnifier with me and good lighting in my hotel room or on the airplane. So I like to do the outlines and half cross stitches so that I can kind of fill in when I'm traveling. And that one is in a super cute mesh bag that I really love. I put my initials on it just because I don't want anybody to steal it. Not that anybody would, but I don't want anybody to get confused in case they have the same bag, especially at a cross-stitch retreat. And I forgot to mention, this is on a fabric flare Ada, and it's printed, so it's white on the back. This is my second time using fabric flare, and I like it. But I'm just recently, just the past month or so, I've kind of started to move out of the 14 count Ada. It's okay, but I don't like how my needle sometimes splits the threads. So I'm gonna try to finish everything that I have on 14 count Ada, but I don't know how often I'll go back to it. So that's the next one. Okay, well, the pattern that I have in my next bag doesn't have my stitch, so I'll come back to that later. This isn't exactly a WIP. This is more plans. I'm planning on starting this Quilter's Cottage. I have wanted to do this for a long time. There's also the quilt that's by Holt, which is a similar look, but I think it's like a blue house, or like a blue background. But there's a lot of pieces in that quilt, so I decided that maybe I'll just try the cross stitch instead. And I really like the Fat Quarter Shop and It's So Emma patterns because they are a nice thick cardstock and they are in color. I love a color pattern, and I do try to pick, if I can, I will pick a color pattern over a black and white, just because they're a lot easier for me to read. So I don't have anything started, but I don't have any stitches, cross stitches in here yet, but I did zigzag the edges, and I am planning on starting it either tonight or maybe tomorrow. Get a few stitches in. I haven't quite decided if I'm going to use the Aura Floss or the DMC. I got the DMC, and I do have the Aura Floss, but I'm not sure, just because I don't know if I want to use the Aura Floss, which sounds bad. I know I should just use it, use what you have, but I feel like I should be saving it for something a bit more special. But so I haven't decided. I might use it for maybe some of the colors, maybe not the white, but maybe for some of the colors I'll use it. And I am, rather than doing this on the called for 10 count vintage cloth, which I do have also in my stash, I am doing this on, it's just a Charles Craft, I think it's called rustic linen, and it's 100% linen, but it's a 13 count, so it's kind of like a burlap. And the color is, this is the color. It's about this color. It's pretty soft. You know, it's not, even though it looks kind of burlappy in texture, it is much softer. So I figured I would try it, see what it's all about. Not that a lot of people stitch on it, but I don't know, I had it and I kind of just wanted to try it. Right? If I don't like it, I don't like it, and I've got the what's called for, which I'm sure is very lovely, because I don't know if Lori has ever done you know, a pattern that didn't use good quality materials. I love Lori Holt, and that is in a Lori Holt project bag that I made. This is the inside. This is from my mom's stash from a long time ago. That interior fabric. Okay, the next one I have is kind of it's a monthly type stitch along. It's not a stitch along, but it's like a monthly series. And I think it came out in, actually, I've got the paper here. Doesn't say. Hold on. CrossStitcher Magazine, January 2021. And I'm sorry, this is in black and white, but they are just these, let me see, people do their hand, right? Hasn't quite focused, but this is, for each month, there's a little house type motif. It's only, it doesn't say how big. Oh, 38 high and 28 wide. The design size on 14 count is 2 3/4 by 2 inches. So teeny tiny, but I really like them. So I have done, let me move my papers and my extra pattern with the missing fabric. Let me show you what I have done. Okay. I need like clips on here. So I have done January, I've done February, and I'm still working on March. I just started with January. I'm just kind of going in order of the months, but they're really cute, teeny tiny. These are on 28 count DMC white Monaco. I really like the Monaco. Thank you Priscilla and Chelsea for turning me on to that. I haven't tried the black, but I like the white and I like the tea dyed. And so this is the one I'm currently working on March, and I've got a lot of threads here because, like I said, I like to do some outline stitching so that I can work on them in less than, I guess, not my first choice of stitching places, which would be airplanes and hotel rooms. So, and those I'm using kind of a combination of the Aura Floss and some DMC. So these don't take very long, and I feel like I've been working on this March one for like a month at least. So I really better finish this like either at the retreat or before the retreat. And I did pull some of the colors, the DMC colors, for the next few months. And these are the colors. Here. Let me see if I can lay them out. Sometimes I change the colors up because I like brighter colors. But yeah. I love that blue, 964. 964, 37, 66, and I think 3846 are my favorite DMC blues. And that is in another Lori Holt project bag. This one I made with the foam, like the soft and stable. And again, my mama's fabric from her stash from, 30 or so years ago. And I've got some of I'm ready for March. I've got March in progress. I'm ready for April and May. So that is my Cheryl McKinnon monthly calendar. And I think I have I can do a link to where you can purchase the CrossStitcher Magazine. I actually get mine from my Libby app, from my library. And I think that 2021 is still available. But if it's not, I did find out about this new app, or new to me app, and it's called Readly. It's spelled R-E-A-D-L-Y. And it's basically an app that has magazines, and a ton of different magazines. And the magazine can go back, you know, like 10 years. So recently I've been going through that. I think I signed up for a free trial a few weeks ago. Probably either need to renew it or cancel that free trial. But anyway, so what was I gonna say? Oh, yes, so Readly. And I've been going through all of the cross-stitch magazines, and I've been screenshotting quite a few projects that I would either like or think I would like to do, but currently I'm not really sure what I want to do. I feel like I've got so many choices now that I don't know what I want to do. So I'm not sure. Yeah. I probably should just finish everything that I have started. I should. The next one I have is Country Cottage Needleworks, Sampler of the Month. This is February. I'm not sure. I don't know how the people do the hand thing to get it to focus. If I do, I don't know if I can't get it to focus. This is, again, Country Cottage Needleworks, and February. I will say it's a really tiny picture on a small little piece of paper. Let me see. I'm just gonna flash because I colored it with my colored pencils. So real quick. Hopefully you didn't see that chart, but it's got a lot of coloring in there, so I highly doubt you'd be able to get anything. But go to Country Cottage Needleworks or Back Quarter Shop somewhere and get this pattern. But it's super cute. I am doing this on, I think I showed you the pattern. Oh, here it is. Okay. I'm doing this on the DMC T-Dyed 28 count Monaco. Whoops. I decided to start in the center because I wanted to do the house, but I feel like I should have started up at the top because the house is like my reward for doing the bands, which are it's some greenery up at the top, and then some little cakes, and then there's some hearts and envelopes right here, and then it gets into the sampler part, and then it just repeats down at the bottom. I am using let me see here. I guess I didn't bring them. They're all in a jumble right now. Let me see. I should have had this ready. I'm sorry. I'm using Silk Road Fibers straw silk, and I think that I put it in my retreat bag already, Sorry, I'm looking over at my retreat bag. So I might pop over and get that and show you. But these are some of the colors that I'm using, that I will be using. They are all a mess, and please don't crucify me for not having them in individual floss bags or on floss drops. It's just my own fault if they get all fuzzy, but I love this straw silk. Hold on a second. Let me go get them real quick. Okay. So, wait till you see these. These are gorgeous, gorgeous. And I get these from my local needle workshops, specifically my needlepoint shops. And so I put them in a bag because I wasn't sure what color I would want while I was at retreat. So you saw my jumbled mess of, flosses that I'm currently working with, but let me show you some of the other colors that I have. Some of them are the same colors, but let me spread them out so that you can get a really good look, because these are so gorgeous and I love these. And I have watched a lot of Flosstube. Sorry, I dropped that one. I've watched a lot of Flosstube and nobody has talked about these before. These are amazing. They are, it's like a silk ribbon, but it's strandable. You can strand it and it's like 12 plies. Look at this. Look at that. Is that not so pretty? Even if we take off the black. Look at all those pretty colors. They are so gorgeous. And this is just on like my phone camera that you're seeing these colors. They are more gorgeous in real life. So I showed you my February, which has, some half crosses in there, so you can't see all of the saturation. I should have brought a second design board. But sorry, I'm looking around to see if I've got anything else that I can use. But let me show you what else I have done. I started with December, and then I did January, and I forget the country Cottage needleworks girl, I forget her name, but she charted them in Classic Colorworks. And I will say the pattern is nice. It's a little small, and it's in black and white, but I really liked that she uses the same color family and the same colors throughout the entire series. And I don't know if she has any patterns, any months with more than like 10 colors. So this is my December. It's pretty much done. I did not put any French knots or on the eyes or the gingerbread men. I am really terrible at French knots. And then this is January. Again, I did not do the French knots on the snowmen. I took a few more creative liberties with my January. For December, I just kind of did straight conversion from, hickory sticks that was called for to brown-eyed girl. And I used just the pink and red for the house. But for January, I wanted a little bit more variety. Pretty much for January, it was the snowmen, the snowflakes. January were all charted in the white, and I don't know, I kind of wanted the bands to be a little bit different, so I used to take down December. So I used Frozen, Jill's specs for the house and for the bands. And then this is the cirrus cloud, which is like the white. So for the snowmen, I did 2 strands of this Frozen and 2 strands of this white. And I should mention, this is 12 ply, you know, strandable silk. And for the 28 count, or for like a 14 count, you can use, I have found that 4 strands works the best. I think it's about 4 strands. Honestly, it's so thin and you kind of have to split it with your needle that there probably are times that I did cross stitches with 5 strands, but I don't think it really matters. But I had a lot of fun with January and with playing with the colors and mixing and matching. So, you know, for the bands, the snowmen, I think for this snowflake, actually, I did 3 strands of white and 1 strand of this Frozen color. For the house, I think I did 2 and 2, or 3 of the blue, the dark blue, and 1 of light blue. So I had a ton of fun with this January one, and January's my birthday. So I should have had fun. But yeah, you can see how pretty these, like, look at that. Is that not so pretty? And there's that variegation in the house. You can kind of see here. And that green, especially when I look at this Christmas one. That's all one green. One green, one green, one green. And it's called Christmas green. It's a little darker right now, showing up a little darker. It's, trying to see. Yeah, it's probably more like this color. It's more like that. But it comes out pretty light on the fabric. So anyway, this is Silk Road Fibers Straw Silk. I love it. It is, it's a dream. It's so nice to work with, and it's I can only find it at my local needlework shops. I think I placed an order with 123 Stitch, and I did ask them to consider stocking Silk Road Fibers. I haven't contacted Fat Quarter Shop, and I don't mind supporting my local needlework shops, but you know, sometimes the hours are not ideal for people who work. But yeah, like, oh, that is so pretty. So, okay, I'm just organizing my area now for my next project that I'm going to show you. And these are, ebook, you get 11.1 yards. It's again, it's 12 strands, and you know, you would use like 4 strands for a regular like 14 count or 28 count. And I think it's around $7 for a skein, it's not even a skein. I'm not really sure what that's called. I think I get 5. You get like 5 of these ribbons. So I'm not entirely sure how long each one is. I guess it would be about 2 yards. So now, so I love, those are the Country Cottage Needleworks. I feel like I spent a long time talking about that one, but it is very fun, and I do want to finish up February by hopefully by the end of the retreat. At least get my half stitches in, or my outlines in. The next one I have, and staying on the theme or topic of the Silk Road fibers, I have another black work stitch along, and this is the Peppermint Purple SAL, 2024 SAL. Again, it's free, it's on Facebook, and I am using the Silk Road fibers. I am slightly behind. This is week 5, so I think that we've gotten 2 more releases. So what I started with, and actually I kind of would like some feedback. So if you would not mind commenting, I would really appreciate it. I'd love some input. So I used this blue lagoon for the center. Remove these for a second. I used that blue lagoon for the center. Right now I'm using the Splendor Silk. It's just like the navy color for the outlines. I'm using 1 strand. I'm thinking about going to the maybe pulling out some of these dashed stitch lines, which are again just the outline. I'm thinking about going back and putting in the it's called Abracadabra, and so it's really not all that different. Those blues are not all that different. But the Splendor Silk is more difficult to work with, I have found, and it feels very chunky. So I'm not sure if I should switch it up, if I should take any of this out. I will say I stopped doing this outline because I tried on like 2 different pieces of fabric to do the outlines of this, because this is what was released first. And I think both times I failed and I miscounted and I was off like 1 stitch. And even again, still somewhere I'm off 1 more stitch. So I said, okay, I can't do this like ahead of time. I'll just have to do it as I go along. Don't try to get ahead. But anyway, so I'm not sure if I want to switch out my outline colors, and it will be a solid line. You can see I filled in some of my solid lines down there. So I'm not sure. And I'm also not sure about this, if I want to stick with the blue, this light blue, for the entire project, or if I want to use different colors, which would include this orange. It's called Ripe Mango. Lime. I'm going to remove this color. And Dragon Fruit. I'm working on my ironing board today because I was doing some quilting. And I think I'm going to have to switch back to just the regular full-size table, because the ironing board is just not wide enough. So I think I'm still going to try to upload this and not try to do a take 3, but yeah, so these are the colors that I was thinking. Let me know if you think I need to add in another color, maybe. I was thinking like more of a pink color. I don't have a good pink. This is the only pink I've got, and I think it's too light. I think I need like a hot pink, like a magenta. This one is more purpley. It is, I'm trying to think of I guess it just would be Dragon Fruit. There's really not much of a comparison for that color. So I'm not sure. Let me know what you guys think. All the colors or just one color. And I forgot to mention this. This is on 25 count Lugana, white Lugana. Just a regular Zweigart. I really like the Lugana. I really like working on the 25 count too. It's really easy. It's a lot easier to see than the 28 count even. Okay, so now you got to see my obsession with the Silk Road fibers. Look at that. It's just like a piñata or something. I'm not sure, but I love those colors. They are so gorgeous. You have to get them. You have to try some. I will say, well, I've got some hanging on me. Some needlework shops, like some needlepoint shops, they only stock like, you know, like the blues and the greens and some browns, because needlepointers use it for, they like to use it for like landscapes and like water and grass. And they use the full strand. They don't separate it at all, but you can't see that. They use the full strand. But I promise they'll be better next time. But you can strand it. And the first needlepoint shop that I went to, they told me that I could strand it. And I remember seeing these colors and just the wall, and they're just so gorgeous. So anyway, so some needlepoint shops, they don't carry the full stock of them. And I actually have not found a needlepoint shop or a needlework shop that carries all of the colors. I am in Orlando, Florida, and I have gone to, I think it's called the Black Sheep, Needleworks, and Novella Needlepoint. And I think the Black Sheep had the biggest selection, followed by Novella Needlepoint, and then Needleworks was a much smaller selection. And I've also gone to Pittsburgh, which is I'm actually from Pittsburgh. My parents still live up there, and I went to a needlepoint store up there. I think it was called Porcupine. It's in Sewickley. And that was a very small selection. That was, again, kind of just the browns, the greens, the blues for the landscape. Okay, the next one I have, I'm almost finished with, and it is Little Quaker ABC, and it's a free pattern from Susan Aki, and it's on the RFL website. It's a free pattern, but you should still go get it yourself. So I'm just gonna flash it so that you can see the so this is what it looks like. It's a Quaker. I didn't use the Aurifloss colors because they're a little bit too warm for me, but I did use these colors are actually from Fat Quarter Shop's charity stitch along, I think from maybe 2020. I forget what it was called. I'll try to find it. I'll try to link the Fat Quarter Shop one. But I used their colors, the Fat Quarter Shop's DMC colors, and then I think I added 2 or 3 colors to supplement. This is going to be 90 high by 105 wide, 7.2 by 8.4 inches. And this was my birthday stitch. So the only thing that I have left, and you can see, no, your eyes are not deceiving you. I did get highlighter on there and down here. So make sure you guys always have like friction pens in your bags and not regular pens. So after I'm finished, I'm gonna trim this off before I wash it. But this is on a 25 count Lugana. I think it's called Pearl. It's just from Hobby Lobby. And so I just have to finish in some of the stitches for the bouquet. I've got a few half crosses I need to do for the center and some half crosses down here. And then I think there's some little butterflies I need to fill in. And then down at the bottom, I'm thinking about putting Nora's 2024 birthday stitch or B-Day stitch. I haven't quite decided. I may have to do it 1/1. I'm not sure. That would be my first time doing 1/1. I have to kind of chart it out. But that's why I have not finished my pink outline border all the way down. Oops. Banged into my wall. Sorry about that. This was really fun. I really like doing the Quakers. I love that you can just put one color on your needle and kind of go to town. I changed up the chart slightly for the numbers and the letters because some of them were charted with for 2 colors in a row, and I just didn't like the look of that, so I kind of mixed it up a bit. Same with the numbers down at the bottom. And I will say this star gave me a ton of trouble. I had to frog a lot of that. I am more of a fudger than a frogger, but it just, with the fudging, it just wasn't working. So I'm almost done with that. Hopefully I finish that at the retreat. And I started that January 7th, 2024. So, and yeah, these are my threads. Okay, I think, oh, I've got one more to show you. It is a finished object. It's not fully finished. It will be fully finished at the retreat though. This was the pre-stitch for the retreat, the Beach Please retreat. It's the wrong side. So this was the pre-stitch, and I forget the girl's name that designed it. It was, I think, Fairy in the Wool, perhaps. I don't know if this is available for purchase. It was just kind of given in my retreat packet. But I did the mermaid, and she's got a hoop and a tomato, spool of thread, and I changed it up a little bit. I changed the hoop. It's really difficult to stitch circles, and I really messed up the circle. So this is not correct, but I wasn't going to go back and rework it. I don't even stitch on a hoop, so I didn't really need it to be all that accurate. But I changed the design in the center to be some shells. It was charted for an octopus, and that's fine. I just kind of wanted to use a few more colors, and I'm not super attached to octopus. So I thought that shells would be, if they fit more with her. So yeah, I changed it. I also changed up my border a bit because I don't really care for stitching borders. So I kind of modified the postage stamp border. And I used, this is all sulky threads, and it's on a 16 count Ada. that I tea dyed, and that's a pretty good representation of the color. So that was my first time stitching on 16 count. It was fine, but I'm not crazy about stitching on Aida, and especially hand-dyed Aida. I don't know if it's because it's hand-dyed, but it's so soft and floppy. Like, my threads, my needle was poking in between the like the grids, the crosses, the weave part of it. Not sure what that, I know there's a term for it, I just can't think of it at the moment. So it was fine, but I probably won't do it again. I probably would try the 32 count. And if I were to do this again, I would probably stitch this on like a light blue, maybe something that was more like an ocean. I kind of thought that maybe halfway through, and I was like, well, I'm not changing it, so that's okay. But I do really like her, and I made some creative modifications. It called for DMC, but I just kind of thought she needed to be brightened up. And so she will be finished as a flat fold. And there's a tutorial. Sorry for this crinkle, it's a plastic crinkle. And I don't know actually what I need. Luckily, my flat fold tutorial is the last of the 4 classes. But in case I do need fabric, and in case the provided fabric is based on the floss colors that were given, that were in the chart, I decided that I would bring my own. So this is Tilda fabric. I forget which line, but they were just kind of scraps that I got from some quill shops, and I thought that they would look good. So I haven't decided, and I'll probably, if you have any opinions, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'm going to be asking my retreat peeps. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about doing the flat fold. I've never done one before, so hopefully I learned something. The cross stitches that I have done have either been framed or I've done them on the sticky board, but I don't think I did a very good job at it. I probably should have watched a few more YouTubes. Okay, so now the next part that I have, like the next segment of this program is I have a little bit of, I guess, haul that I wanted to share, and I guess just some things that I've done. So I really like hand dyeing fabric. That is very fun for me. I love seeing the colors come to life. The problem is you can dye much quicker than you can stitch. You can dye fabrics much quicker than you can stitch. But these are some fabrics that I just dyed recently. This one is on a 20 count Bellana, and it kind of has some splotchiness in there that I hope would be covered up with some stitching. I'm not really sure what I would stitch on it, but I kind of wanted just to try it. And I think I did this with the Rit Dye Aquamarine and maybe a quick dip in Evening Blue. And this one is on the Carolina Linen, and it is I think it's a midnight navy, and then a little bit of the Evening Blue dip. There might also be some aquamarine in there. So I think it's super pretty. I just don't know what to stitch on it. If you really like this fabric though, leave a note, a comment, and I'll send it to you. Because although I love looking at it, I would love to see something stitched on it. So let me do it one more time because it's so pretty. And it's not ironed or anything. There it is, the landscape view. So it's a little bit lighter in the middle. This is more the color right here. When I bring it up, it's much lighter, but oh, so pretty. I think that's just so pretty. So those are some linens that I recently dyed. And then I got from, I think this was from Fat Quarter Shop. This I did not dye, but it is hand dyed. This is my first purchase of hand dyed fabric. And it's Picture This Plus Serene. Oh, and it's so pretty. I love blue. And this is like a seafoamy green. I probably should give you the, I probably should do the DMC color and let you know what color it is. This is the DMC Pearl Cotton, like color variations, I think. Pearl Cotton 5, but that's kind of the color. This is 28 count Lugana, and it's pretty tight. I can see, now I understand what people are talking about when they say, oh yeah, Picture This Plus is really tight. I can see it. It looks like they dyed it, and then I'm assuming they have a special dryer, you know, like a washing machine dryer where they tighten all that up. So we'll see. I'm not sure what I'm going to stitch on it. I have some ideas. I should just do it and get started with one, but I don't know. Sometimes I'm scared. Okay, and then my last bit of haul, because I do see this is over an hour now, is from, I got this a few weeks ago. This is from Vicki Clayton Silks, and I got these. I did this order from Vicki Clayton because of the, I didn't open them up. Gosh darn it. I don't want to use those scissors. Hold on. Let me see. See, okay, look at this. I think my stitchers will be happy. This is a little project bag that I made. There's nothing in here right now, but again, my mama's fabric. But I put a little charm. Can you see that little charm? There's a little glare. They're the stork scissors. Let me see. Maybe you can see it better on the back. He wants to like turn. There we go. Yeah, you know what I mean. So anyway, I didn't open these up because I was waiting for my floss tube. And then I did my floss tube and I forgot to open them up. So I'm using the point of these little decorative scissors to open up these bags. But anyway, gosh, it really packs them tightly. These are beautiful silks, and I got these because of Carrie Tiger Lily's birthday stitch. I think her name is Ann Richardson. It's like, it's not me and my sister, it's my sister's Samplers, I think, is the designer. Oh yeah, oh, she said, she puts it right in there. So these are the, and I dropped the white. These are the colors. Let me see if I get on my tippy toes and you can, if you can see here. Let me see. If I do this. No, pray they don't fall down. There we go. Let me put them in front of the gray. Aren't those so pretty? And then there's a white, a cream. So there it is with the cream. It looks kind of yellow, but it's like a buttermilk color. So I got those for the pattern, but I couldn't find the pattern to do the stitch along. Hopefully I can. But since I was there and since I was paying for shipping, I figured I should just look on the site to see if there was anything else that, you know, that needed company to, while en route to Florida. And so I got, let's see, oh, so pretty. I will definitely be purchasing again. And she was really quick. And she's a Pennsylvania girl. Oh, I love these colors. This is Blackbird Designs for my daughter. This is Peacock, Vial of Aqua. I'm assuming this is Old Brick, Brick Fielder, Butternut Squash, Yellow Sub, and Shutter Green, Lettuce Love. So I just got these because I thought I liked all of the colors and I thought they would be really pretty together. The next one that I got, I just was kind of perusing her website and I just picked a few colors that I really liked. And so these are a little bit brighter than the Blackbird ones. They are called Exposed, Sunken Sailor. It's a little bit lighter than what it's coming through as. And Cachet Sachet. So I think those are all really pretty. Sorry. There you go. And then finally, my last piece, I decided to do the mystery. And Vicki says in her, you know, when you do the order, if you want a particular color, you know, let her know in the comments. And I think I said I really like, you know, cool blues or pinks. And so this is what she sent me. Whoops. This is what she sent me. I love it. I don't know what this color is. It's a mystery. That's kind of part of the fun, but it's coming through a little bit warmer. It is, let me see if I can put it with some of the others. So this is the Blackbird. This one's the Blackbird. This is Sunken Sailor. And this is the mystery. And all I know about it is it looks like it was done on January 29th, 2024. Or packed on that day, I'm not sure. I guess it was packed on that day. Or died on that day, maybe. Because it looks like I did my order on January 28th. So I haven't decided what I want to do with this mystery one, but I want to see if, I don't know if I contact her if she has anything else like this, but I love it. I think it's so pretty. So I love all of them, actually, but I really love this mystery one. I was so happy. I will definitely be ordering from Vicki again. I know that Carrie Tiger Lily talks about her a lot, so I can't wait to try these all. So I'm so happy that I finally filmed this Flosstube so that I can show you. Okay, that is everything that I have. Thank you for sticking through. Hopefully you watched through the end. I see I'm now at 1 hour and 10 minutes. Again, really appreciate you heading over here. I hope to do some more floss tubes and share more stitches with you and WIPs and any progress on my other crafts. I didn't even get to talk about my quilting or knitting. If you're going to the Beach Please retreat, please leave a comment below. I'd love to meet you. What else? Again, thank you for coming and supporting me in this new part of my crafty journey and journey in life. I would really appreciate if you liked and subscribed and left a comment. I would love to read them. If you have any suggestions or things that you'd like to see, feel free to leave them. The only thing I ask is that remember to be kind. This is my first episode. I'm fine with constructive criticism, but this is a channel about cross stitch and crafty love, so let's just keep it that. Let's keep it like that. Okay, I'm gonna sign off, and hopefully I'll be back maybe in a week or two, and I can give you some updates on how the retreat went. Again, I would love to hear more about you, so feel free to leave a comment. Again, this is Nora's Needle Nonsense. Hopefully my Instagram will be updated with Nora's Needle Nonsense, and that is spelled NORASNEEDLENONSENSE. Nora's Needle Nonsense. Okay, thank you. I'm going to sign off, and again, thank you just for watching me. I do appreciate it. Okay, so long.